Happy Sunday, bitches. It is Heather Ryan coming to you from Des Moines, Iowa.
And Blythe Potter in Bargersville, Indiana.
It's been a minute. It has been a minute since Blythe and I have gotten together and made a podcast. So welcome back, Blythe.
Thank you. Sorry about Thursday and Wednesday and last Sunday and all the things.
Well, here's the irony is that I said, Blythe's so busy with this campaign thing. I think I'm going to go ahead and just dive into the current events because there's so much going on and we haven't had an opportunity to get together. So I recorded an entire hour-long podcast. Yay me. I found it mildly entertaining, which I don't usually find myself entertaining, but for whatever it's worth, I thought it was a mildly entertaining. And then I go to edit it down and there's no sound. So the whole thing I was recording on a dead mic.
It sucks so bad. I hate that so much. It's the absolute worst.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And I feel so bad about it too. Like this October has just been busy and crazy. And last week was like the busiest of the weeks. And I didn't plan well enough. We need to start planning to schedule this like ahead of time so that I don't end up doing that. If it's on my calendar, it'll happen.
That's kind of me too. If it's on my calendar, it's much more likely to happen because I actually have a physical hard copy calendar that I look at.
I have 3 digital calendars that I look at.
My kids keep telling me, you can put that in your digital calendar, but I just ignore that.
I'm thinking about actually getting a physical hard copy one so that I can physically, because I think writing it and seeing it in a different way will also help me because there's just a lot. There's so much.
It helps me so much
because so much.
I have to physically see something to visualize it and work out how long is it going to take for me to get from this place to this place and then back to this place. And that's the only way I can stay organized.
All the things. But anyway, So we are back and there's so much. So much.
This might be one of the longer podcasts we've ever done. So bear with, buckle up. So I want to start with telling you about our Beggars Night. We'll get into the current events and stuff right after we talk about Beggars Night. But it's my understanding it's a very uniquely Central Iowan thing where we have Beggars Night is from 1925, I believe, is when we started doing it in Iowa. And it's not on Halloween. You go around for trick-or-treating candy before Halloween. So for where I live, the little suburb where I live, it is on the last Saturday of October. So that was yesterday. So we have in our little suburb hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of kids that just drive from all parts of town to our little town because it's an affluent area and they usually get better candy. I gave shit candy this year. I'm not going to lie. Candy's just so much, it's more expensive this year than it was last year because there's a cocoa shortage and the tariffs. We gave really terrible candy, but we gave potatoes as well because
actual potatoes.
Oh my God. Yeah.
To be ironic or to feed people because people are dying and hungry?
Both.
Okay.
No, we've been the potato house for years. So it was a TikTok trend. Funny. Probably 5 years ago, it was a TikTok trend and people were like, you can have candy or you can have potatoes.
Just for that night or in general?
Just for that night. Just for Beggars Night.
Oh, okay. I was like, I didn't hear this trend. Well, that's because we don't do that.
Oh, well, I mean, trick-or-treating is trick-or-treating. So
yeah,
other people just do it on, actual Halloween. And some of the communities around here have moved back to Halloween just because Beggars Night is a weird thing.
Yeah.
But
it's cool though.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But it was a beautiful night for trick-or-treating last night. It was really perfect. And we went through 15 pounds of potatoes. The potatoes, you would be surprised, are so popular.
That's so funny.
Even when
who doesn't love potatoes?
Right?
They're so versatile. Home fries, French fries, baked potato, mashed potato. I mean,
potato bar, which is what we had last night.
Oh my God.
At our family poker night.
Nice.
So once a month we have family poker night and my cousins come over and their friends and then we just played poker until literally last night was 3 a.m. 3 a.m. I am 53. This body doesn't do that anymore. So yeah, it was tons of fun because we always have fun. My family is a hoot. When your parents are completely screwed up and all of the family around it sees, like all your cousins that you grow up with, they always see that it's all screwed up and they're always fighting for no damn reason. That's us. We're like, we're not going to be like our stupid parents. They're just fighting for no reason all the time. So
you're like the family version of the Democratic Party.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. Yeah, we're the younger generation that doesn't want to be like our parents.
Yeah.
So we have family poker night once a month. So my cousin or my niece comes over and doesn't understand the rules because you can't fall asleep, just like a slumber party. Don't fall asleep at family poker night. Girlfriend goes over to the couch, sits down, and
Oh no.
within minutes. So one of our friends said, I wish we had something to mark on our face with. Well, do you not know me, people? I am a perpetual protester. Of course I have markers. Of course
That's what I do is mark shit up.
hello, I have a whole pack of just magic markers.
Oh
So
my
sure
goodness.
enough, they drew a goatee and a Hitler mustache on her while she was asleep in magic permanent marker.
That is the nicest thing that you could possibly have done to her. And also she didn't wake up.
No, she's a
That's
very
so
hard sleeper.
funny.
And they actually asked me, is she a hard sleeper? I was like, dude, one time she fell asleep and I put a chicken nugget in her mouth and took a picture and she didn't even know. So she slept all the way
Oh
through it.
my God.
She got lucky and woke up before we took her glasses off and drew like fake glasses around her eyes. So she got lucky.
Oh
But
my goodness.
she didn't even know about it until like when she got home. One of my cousins had to take her home. So she knew about it like before she went to bed. And then she called me this morning and said, oh, so who was the smart ass who decided to draw a mustache and beard on me?
Who else would it be?
And I was like, don't worry, we got video of it.
I think that can come off with rubbing alcohol.
Oh, yes, she got it off somehow. I didn't ask her how. I knew that she didn't have to work today, though, because it's Sunday. She works at the VA. That would have been awkward.
Well, yeah, it's nice that you just start calling her, what's his name? Graham and Maine, Hitler
Oh, yeah.
lover.
Oh, my God, that's right. Yeah.
What a
So much.
sad story that is.
Yeah, so much. Okay, so tell us about your event last night. I think you had a great event.
Yes, it was an amazing event. So there is a man by the name of Eugene V. Debs, and he's been dead for like 100 years now. So this is why this is symbolic so much right now, because he was arrested once protesting World War I. He was actively working to get unions and supporting labor and justice and social justice. He was well before his time. He ran for president from prison. He his ideas heavily influenced FDR's platform, but also his win. And just an amazing, he was like us, right? Ahead of his time, but he was also a white man. No, he may not have been white. He was an immigrant. He's born from immigrants. His images look white, but I'm not actually sure if his skin was completely white. So that's why I say that, because, World War I, they didn't have a lot of color film. Anyway, last night in Terre Haute, Indiana, Vigo County, the award winner for this year's Eugene V. Debs Award was Bernie Sanders, and AOC was the one giving him the award. So I didn't get to meet them. I didn't go to any of the pre-party stuff where I probably could have met them, but I needed to spend time with my family. So I got to see Bernie speak about Debs and AOC and same thing. And I mean, it's so relevant right now. And I want to read a quotation. He has many, many quotes, but something that they always say when they meet for their foundation meetings is, while there is a lower class, I am in it. While there is a criminal element, I am of it. And while there is a soul in prison, I am not free. And I mean, I don't know. It was so inspiring. And it really, if we're 100 years or so out from this and we're still fighting this, I know we're on the right side of the story. So it was amazing. I got to be all the very progressive Democrats were there, right? And we're all the people trying to make the Democratic Party stand on its values and be more progressive. So it was good. It was very good, very exhausting. We got home very late. Our daughter got home very late. It was, one of those nights, but it was awesome.
That's so awesome. I mean, every time I see Bernie Sanders speak, and it's been a handful of times now, he's always so inspirational.
He is. And
he's
he was like, but even AOC speaking about him, and a lot of this I forgot, like he was a mayor in Vermont.
Yeah.
And won as an independent. And then when he was started out in Congress, he was always fighting the good fight, but standing alone. And being an activist and being an activist politician often feels really lonely. And to hear AOC and Bernie mimic that and to see where they've gotten with that is, we can move mountains if we keep going, right? So It was good. It was a good pick me up for being 10 months into this 4 years of hell. Um, it was good.
Yeah, it's like he parts the clouds and makes it so
Mhm.
that you can see what could happen if
Yeah.
you just stay with it and what we should expect of the government.
Hmm.
And right now, I think that we're not expecting the government to do anything because of all the terrible stuff going on. But I think he makes it so that I don't want to say hope, right? Because hope doesn't do enough, but it gives you faith that what you're doing is the right thing.
But also you have a man, a white elderly man who is still fighting this fight, which we often say, I'm one of the youngest people at protests, and he is uplifting and supporting women like AOC, who is a young, progressive female, and it's never seen as competitive. I don't know if they're just really good at spinning it for the public, but it doesn't feel that way. You know how you can like hear someone speak or see them speak and you're like, something is not authentic about this, or something doesn't sit right with me about this. I never feel that way about them. Like I don't feel like I'm being gaslit.
Yeah,
So,
this inauthenticity, I felt that with Biden and Harris,
oh yeah.
where they absolutely did not get along, and that was
Now,
evident from the
Biden,
beginning.
I'm sorry, Harris 2020, her first run was very progressive.
Mhm.
I feel like the DNC probably put their thumb on that scale to make her more APAC progressive, which is not worth anything, in my opinion.
Agreed.
So,
Agreed. They said this is the only way you're going to win. This is the only way you're going to get ahead in the
yeah.
party. And she had to, I guess, lean into it. But then, even when she was in office, there were all kinds of stories about how her office and Biden's office did not get along.
Well, good, because that's showing that they still worked together but disagreed. And you can be opposing to the people you work with, right?
Hmm.
So, oh, that's good. Anyway,
Yeah. So that's that's all of our good news for the day. That's it.
yeah,
Just
everything else sucks.
prepare
Bye.
for all the rest of the five alarm fire hot
Before we
mess.
jump into that, let's
Yeah.
take a break.
Okay. Okay, we're back with the five alarm fire, the hot mess of shit. I guess we'll start with the imposition of sanctions on Colombia. This is a whole new thing that just came about. This is not something that we've been dealing with. You know, I hate to admit it, but I get these countries mixed up because they're never in the news.
Yeah.
We don't talk about Colombia and Venezuela and Nicaragua. We don't talk about them very often. So him coming up with all of these different strategies to start wars with these different countries, it's bizarre to me.
It
So
is so bizarre and so childish.
is it
I
childish or is
mean,
it,
I
to
don't
me
know.
it's like the movie Wag the Dog, where he's trying to start a war or at least pretend like he needs to start a war to distract from other stuff. So
Yeah.
if you haven't seen the movie 1997 Wag the Dog, have you seen it?
No.
Oh my God, you have to watch it. You have to watch it. They pretend like there's a war that we have to intervene in, and it's entirely just to distract from the president having an affair with some kind of Girl Scout type person.
Great.
Yeah, and it's so appropriate to right now because the guy that produces it, because it was all produced, they had like a green screen, and this actor was like, "Oh no, not my," pretending like she's under attack, and the whole thing was produced, and the producer ends up saying, "Oh my God, this is my best work ever. I want to tell everybody about it." And then the president's team is like, "No, no, 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 you can't tell anybody about it because we just fooled the entire nation." And then they end up killing the producer. Spoiler.
Oh,
But
wow.
yeah, it's I think it's considered a comedy.
Relevant. Oh,
I,
God.
I think so. But Wag the Dog is very, very relevant to right now.
Well,
Uh,
I will need to watch that. I wrote it down in crayon. That was,
you have like a piece of note paper, but I'm like, where's my pen? I can't.
uh-huh. But my daughter was helping with thank you cards earlier, so she had crayons out. Well, I put my pen in my hair.
Oh my God, that's funny. Yeah, I've got a whole setup right here with just pencils and pens. You got your crayon.
It's so funny. So speaking of sanctions, we didn't talk about this beforehand, but I think it was yesterday or the day before, probably 2 days ago now, Canada released an ad with Ronald Reagan in it talking about how bad tariffs were. And Trump saying, oh, that's AI, that's fake. And it's not fake. Reagan actually said those things. And now Trump is mad at Canada again and putting more sanctions on them again, which sucks because I'm a small business owner who buys things from other small business owners in fucking Canada. And I'm so sick of this shit.
Yeah,
I'm
absolutely.
so
But
sick of his fucking temper tantrums affecting my business.
even since that time, the Canada's already back down. They've already pulled the ads.
They did?
They did. It didn't last but a day or so. They've already
I
pulled
thought they
the,
played it during
well, it was a $75 million buy. So you can't put $75 million with ads all at once. So the rest of them are all pulled.
stop it.
Yep. Yay. So he wins again. He never
Mm.
it never fucking fails to just amaze me at how he gets by with everything. Everything. And I wish he didn't because I'm always saying rich people don't pay a price. But it's so fucking true.
It's so true. God
Just
damn it.
today. Just today.
Canada
I
screwed
found
us
out
over.
you remember he's suing the Des Moines Register because they had a poll that said he wasn't going to do well in the state. He's suing the Des Moines Register over that. Well, he's been trying to get that moved from federal court to state court.
Of course.
Guess what happened? It's moved.
It got moved. Yeah.
It's fucking moved.
Well, and the DOJ is now, he's basically blackmailing them for grievance money, like $200 million or something stupid. Maybe it was,
$230 million because
Yeah.
he said that he was oppressed
no,
and targeted because he broke the law. Come on, who doesn't break the law? Who doesn't steal documents from the White House and take them home?
and
Come
put them in your
on.
bathroom. Speaking of bathrooms, totally off subject. Have you ever used a toilet with a heated seat?
I don't think I have.
I had my first house party on Friday and they had a heated toilet seat. And I was like, I may never leave this bathroom. It was so warm and so wonderful. Well, I was
I've
also
never-
freezing because part of it was outside and it was like fucking 30 something degrees, but oh my God.
I had never even used a bidet until I went to Japan.
We put a bidet on our toilet during COVID and it's amazing.
They are amazing.
They're amazing. But this one
Yeah.
had not only a bidet for the front and a separate bidet for the back, but it had an air dryer that was warm. The seat was warm. It lights up at night if you walk into the room to like light the way.
What?
Yeah, it's like a $2,000 toilet.
That's the fanciest toilet I have ever heard of.
It was amazing. I like legit am going to start budgeting for that shit.
Oh my God.
I want a warm butt toilet.
So you have to say, well, I would go out with you tonight, but I'm saving up for a fancy butt toilet.
I wish there were still AOL Instant Messenger. That would be my away message.
Saving up for an instant. I picked up an extra job.
I'm busy.
I'm doing DoorDash so I can save up for a butt toilet.
I'm gonna start a GoFundMe for a warm butt toilet. I'm sorry, I totally spiraled there.
You
Anyway,
don't know luxury until you've had your ass warmed.
I mean, right now, the way it's been cold here, and it's literally the small things, but it was amazing.
Yeah, no, we
It was
haven't really had a
amazing.
cold snap yet.
Oh God, we've had frost and freeze. It's bad. Anyway, Reagan, Canadians capitulated, losers.
Well, we didn't finish up talking about Colombia and
Yes.
the Mediterranean, because he has sent the USS Gerald Ford and the Ford's strike group to the Mediterranean. They're being moved from a port in Croatia which is in the Adriatic Sea, to instead fight this quote unquote drug war, I guess, in the Mediterranean. So we're blowing up Venezuelan ships, claiming that they're carrying drugs, which is extrajudicial murder because there's no due process. There's no evidence. We're just blowing up ships. It's against every maritime law ever. International treaties, all of it. And I genuinely think it's him conditioning Americans to accept that he has full authority to just murder anyone that he wants.
It's really alarming is looking at the map. This could go really poorly for a lot of reasons because he's getting dangerously close to Ukraine in that war with our ships, but he's also getting dangerously close to being able to get to Gaza. And
What do
he's
you mean?
positioning our
For,
ships to be
for
in that
us
part of the
to be
world.
like Russia?
Well, the Mediterranean Sea, it wouldn't be that hard for him to get close to Ukraine
Well, he's moving it from the Mediterranean Sea, though. So, I mean, we have,
from the Mediterranean Sea.
oh, no, I'm sorry. No, he's moving it from the Adriatic Sea.
Where is that in relation to the Mediterranean Sea? Why can I not find that on here?
Well, the Mediterranean would be down in Central and South America.
And the Adriatic, is that connected to it by Italy? Oh, yes, yes, yes. Okay, I see. I'm tracking. Yeah, it's weird. I think it's weird.
It really, it just smacks of everything that Russia's doing. It smacks of everything that Israel's doing.
Yeah,
Just-
it really does. And I can't, I don't know. I hope it's just a distraction and he doesn't actually do something with it, but I don't like it.
I mean, you've got a commander who just resigned from his post because he didn't believe that any of this is, it's not ethical, and it's not in line with posse comitatus, and it's extrajudicial. It's not legal.
Well, that is that in addition to the admiral, or is that who you're talking about was the
That's what,
admiral?
yeah, that's what I'm
Because
talking about.
wasn't there someone else who resigned not too long ago before that, or is that, or are they just still talking about the same person? Because I feel like that's now the second general. I feel like a general recently.
Well, he's the one resigned, and I believe he was an admiral. I just call them commanders because they command their command. That's,
Okay.
and then they just replaced somebody that they decided he wasn't loyal enough, so they replaced him with somebody else.
Okay.
And that one I have not done a lot of research on yet. That one
I
just
haven't
broke.
researched any of them.
Yeah, that one just broke. I want to say yesterday. I just saw it yesterday.
That might be a second person then.
Either way, they're replacing him with loyalists.
They
Even
are.
if, even
But
if these guys,
seeing it is actually encouraging to see generals step down, even though I don't want them being replaced with loyalists. But we don't want people who aren't loyalists to stay by this stuff and not do anything about it.
mhm.
Sorry, I spiraled on the map thing a little bit.
Nope, I totally get it. Because I can't keep track of it all. Our
It's so
fingers are
hard because you hear about
hard.
Venezuela. Venezuela's in South America. Why the fuck are we in the Mediterranean Sea and the Adriatic Sea? Like,
I don't
this
know.
doesn't make sense. And then why are we blowing up Venezuelan ships in the Adriatic Sea? I don't understand this.
I
None
don't
of this
either.
makes sense. It's a total distraction.
And the ships that we're blowing up are nowhere near America. That's, I think, a big point.
Yeah.
So he's saying that we're trying to get rid of drugs in America, and they're nowhere near America. They're not heading to America. And he's one of the biggest druggies in America.
He is absolutely, but a lot of drugs do move through these ports in Europe. So that I understand, but I don't know why we're bullying. Oh no. No, bullying Venezuela. Argentina is the one where we're like bribing them if he gets the midterm elections to go his way.
Right.
So that makes no sense too. Like, what's going on? What are we doing here? Ugh.
Okay. So the Argentinian president these are all like dictator countries, but Argentina, that dictator is a friend of his because he's right wing, right?
Yes.
And they're wanting to replace him with a left wing person,
Yes.
which of course probably won't happen because I can't even imagine they have free and fair elections. But then the president in Colombia is also left leaning, right? So that's why they're getting sanctions. But then there's another one
Probably.
too with Venezuela. We don't like Venezuela, right? Because that's the one we're blowing up their ship. I can't keep track of it all.
I know. I can't either. I don't even have time to keep track of it all because there's so many other things on fucking fire in the States.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah. So that's that's the latest on the 5 alarm fire all over the world. And we are literally just starting wars, just literally starting a war without Congress.
Yeah.
Doing whatever he wants to do, no consequences. Congress won't stand up to him. He just gets to do whatever he wants to do.
Congress is a piece of garbage because the Republicans in Congress, this is absolutely taxation without representation at this point. And they're also breaking the fucking law.
100%. Yeah. And that kind of leads us to the government shutdown.
Yeah. Which is
House has
another
been-
disaster, which we should take another break.
You're right. We should. So the government shutdown is now in its what, 4th week?
Fourth week, almost the longest in history, and
Mhm.
it's being partially funded to pay the troops by some billionaire asshole, which is actually nothing because it means like $100 per active duty troop, but it's still alarming because they're trying to buy the military.
Mhm. Yeah, it's weird. First of all, you can't, as a civilian, just donate money to the treasury and earmark it for something. That's not a thing.
Not a thing.
It's not a thing. That's why
Certainly not
tax.
an ethical thing.
Yeah, it's not even a thing that's doable. Like you can't just say, I'm not paying enough in taxes, so I'm going to give this extra money for my taxes to the federal government, and they can spend it on woolly worms and studying woolly worms crossing the street during the fall. I mean, you can't do that. That's not something you could do. You could pay your fucking taxes as a rich person. That's something you could do. But
Mhm.
just donating $100 million and saying, I want this to go to the troops, when first of all, that's
Eh.
not enough to pay the troops. But second of all, it's totally just to gain favor with the president. They're just
Mhm.
buying the president's favor.
Much like the ballroom.
Yep, yep, yep. Two different things. And I have them listed in two different places. But I was going to talk about the government shutdown first,
Okay.
because millions of Americans right now are going without pay. And it will really hit home on November 1st and November 15th when they don't have paychecks. But not just that, but they're also cutting off food stamps and Head Start and WIC and all kinds of like early childhood development programs. And that's 100% just to hurt the Democrats, because Democrats believe that people should be treated fairly, with compassion. They should eat. They have certain rights to health care. And the Republicans are saying, well, we want you to abandon your morals, or else we will punish the most vulnerable poor people and children and elderly.
Well, he's going to punish them worse because, again, a little off subject, but relevant. We are already having a food shortage for our underserved or poor communities. I don't like to say poor because they are not purposely poor. I was in Blackford County on Thursday, I believe. I don't know, sometime last week, Blackford County, Indiana. Their food banks are already dry. We
Mhm.
already have a big problem in our rural communities feeding our underserved communities. It's bad. It's really, really bad.
Yeah, and I think that's a fair point to say that nobody is purposely poor. Nobody ever says,
No,
"Do you know what I'd like to be when I grow up? I'd like to be desperately poor."
yeah, it's just not, yeah.
And surely
So it's
nobody ever
going to get
thought,
worse.
surely nobody in the federal government ever thought that Trump would intentionally hurt them just to get to the Democrats. Surely.
Yeah. Well, because it doesn't help anyone except for himself and his friends.
Right. This is exactly what they want, right?
Yep.
Russell Vogt said that he wants to destroy the federal government, and
Mhm.
this was one of the strategies. This the whole shutdown works right into Project 2025. It was part of Project 2025. This
Yeah.
is a very good way to say, see, you've been living without these services for months now. There's no point in bringing them back. Let's just destroy food stamp benefits. Let's just destroy early education for children, feeding programs for children, women, infants, and children subsidies like WIC. WIC covers baby formula, cheese, milk, things that growing kids need and pregnant
Yeah.
women need. Just destroy it. And what does that do? It takes away money from the federal government that we were spending on those programs, and does what? Puts it into what?
The
Tax breaks for the
ballroom.
rich?
I don't know. I truly don't know.
Tax breaks for the rich. They have to pay for it somehow.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and just as a side note on that whole thing, air traffic controllers are still continuing to work without pay. There's been an influx on people calling in sick. Trump has been starting to um, threaten them. If they don't come to work, we'll just fire them. And that worked in the 80s, right? When Reagan did
Yeah.
it, that kind of worked. But we already have a shortage of air traffic controllers.
Hmm.
What are they going to do? Fire them all and then what? Just grind all air travel to a halt?
I mean,
That would destroy the economy.
yeah.
And and not even just the world economy.
Yeah. He doesn't care. It's keeping him out of jail. It's keeping the people he owes debts to rich.
Yeah. Yeah,
It's
that's
hurting people. It's helping the Heritage Foundation.
which is a great segue to the fucking ballroom. Because that ballroom, oh my God. When I heard that they were busting them the facade on Monday, the facade of the East Wing, I was like, okay, it's just the facade, right? It's just the front part. That's just like an awning, right? Maybe they're going to redo the foyer. Who knows?
Mhm.
But then by Tuesday, they had demolished half of it. And by Thursday, the entire East Wing was gone. And it
No
hit me.
permits,
No,
no due process, no approval.
yeah, just did it. Just it's so it speaks so many words about how he owns us and the rich own us. That's not his fucking house.
It's not his house. Well, and he also even the renderings and the plans, like I heard some architect give some feedback on that, like they don't actually match. The images that they're putting and showing aren't logical. And
They're
because he's saying
AI.
it's like 90,000, yeah, 90,000 square feet. And he's saying, yeah, some staffer just took a week to fix those together and it doesn't actually make sense.
Yeah, they threw the renderings together through AI because even some of the windows like overlap and there's like a staircase to nowhere. So it's just like
Staircase to nowhere.
yes.
That is not a metaphor for this. Like, where are we going?
Well, there's the
Where are we
name of
going?
there's the title of our show, the staircase
What
to
is going
nowhere.
on here? But also it's a worrisome thing because they're thinking maybe he's going to start trying to fix the bunker, or like prepare the bunker that's under that for himself, or like modify it.
That's what he said. He did say that he wanted to modify the bunker, which makes perfect sense because when he had to go down there to hide from the George Floyd protesters, like a little bitch that he is, he probably was like, "Ew, I don't like it. He's dirty." Who knows?
He's the worst.
But
He's the fucking worst.
this comes full circle to if they do all this, and right now project is supposed to stop in 2028. They're supposed to finish it by 2028. That's the year of our elections. So
Yeah.
he would not enjoy the spoils of this labor. So that just tells me he's never planning to leave.
Well, they're already trying to plant that seed, but there's no way there's no way.
I don't know. I don't
There's
know,
just no
Blythe.
way.
He he reminds me so much of my mom's ex-boyfriend slash ex-husband. And he was awful, a horrible human being. And there's a saying that says, "Only the good die young." It's true. Only the good die young. Kenny
Don't
didn't.
say that because I think we are good and I don't want to die.
I know, but it's true. And horrible people live way longer than they should. They
Yeah.
abuse their body, they abuse the system, they abuse human beings, and those are the motherfuckers who outlive us all.
Well, and the good dying young is also symbolic of destroying these programs to help people who are good get out of bad situations like poverty. Because poverty, not being able to afford to live is really, it's bad. It's
Yeah.
so bad. I mean, that is how people die because they get desperate and do make bad decisions, and it's just not good.
And it's so condescending when people are like, "Well, fuck those people. They shouldn't be getting off the government and dole." Motherfucker, you know who has the most welfare in this country are corporations and the rich.
Hmm.
Rich farmers, rich landowners, rich corporations, billionaires, they get the most government subsidies of anybody.
Yeah.
Not somebody getting $40 in food stamps a month.
You- I don't like you can barely live on $40 for food a day
Mm-hmm.
for a family and have a healthy diet. Like that is how unavailable, what is the word? Unsustainable this economy. Like it's insane.
Right. So
It's
you're
so
cutting off people's access to SNAP slash food stamps, and the price of food is skyrocketed.
it's hard. Like I don't even know if we qualify to be called middle class anymore. We're still working class, but not like in poverty, but it kind of feels like it. Like that's how expensive life is.
Mm-hmm.
Everything is getting more expensive.
Yeah.
Childcare, property tax, gas, energy, all the things. Like if we are struggling, I can't fathom it.
Yeah. And all of this is shit that he brought on to us. He
Mhm.
brought this on. He is canceling programs that help us have cheaper energy.
Yep.
He is canceling, and why? Because the oil industry bought him.
Yep.
He told them, get me elected, you can have anything you want. And he
Mhm.
is delivering, full stop.
Yep.
And that's costing us all money.
It
And,
is costing us all money.
and that's just one example. Do you know how much food Iowa produces? None. We don't produce food here. We produce ethanol and we produce grain for cattle and hogs.
Yep.
That's it. We have to import 90% of our food into this state because we don't produce food. We produce shit that goes to the oil industry so they can mix it with corn. It's a completely subsidized program that benefits farmers, not me, but
Yep.
big agriculture benefits from all of this fucking ethanol that we produce. Big agriculture benefits from all the grain that we produce for cows and pigs to eat.
Imagine if we produced food for humans to eat and stopped eating animals and took out the middleman, which is animals, which animal farms are harming the earth.
They're killing Iowa.
They're killing everyone.
Mhm.
Which kind of goes into the mink farming thing. If we stopped harming animals, the food that we produce for these animals could go to humans.
Right. And we could produce on that land, we have one of the windiest states in the nation. On
When
that land, if we put wind turbines, we could be producing energy for everybody in the surrounding area, every state in the
Yep.
surrounding area. All these fucking data centers that they're putting all over the state, we'd have plenty of energy for that. Now, of course,
Yep.
they're polluting it in their own way, but you know, it's not as bad as the farms.
It's a means to a better it's a better option to
It
get
is.
us to something else that's more sustainable.
It's not a perfect option, but it's a
No.
better option.
For now, at least, until we figure something else out. But we should take another break because that's how long we've been talking.
Okay, good times. Okay, so real quick, let me just jump off of this whole thing with the ballroom. I didn't know until 2 days ago that it is being financed by Amazon, Apple, Meta, crypto companies, Comcast, Palantir, and tobacco companies. That's who is supposedly paying for this ballroom. And that's who is going to be in bed with Trump because they're buying his special little project that he has destroyed the White House for.
Yeah, and those companies, and we didn't talk about this earlier, but we do need to talk about the economic blackout scheduled for Black Friday that week. But those companies need to be companies that we are not supporting any longer. Like if you have a contract with Comcast, you should let that lapse and find something else. We really need to stop purchasing from Amazon, and that includes myself. It's hard. It's hard because it's easy and
Yeah.
fast, right? I get it. But things like that, we really need to be paying attention to and stop supporting them, much like we did with Disney.
Yeah. It's hard though, like with Meta, because that's a communications company.
It is a communications company, but the way we get around that with Meta is not advertising on those platforms
That's
as
true.
business owners, not purchasing from ads on Meta, right? Like if you see something on Meta you like that's an ad, go to DuckDuckGo or a different browser that's not Google and purchase it from there. I know it will lose a discount for you. I get that, but we have to find a way to get around that. I don't know what that looks like, but we have to.
Yeah, absolutely. Because these companies own us. They are literally saying, we own you. We can do what the fuck ever we want. He can
Yep.
destroy the East Wing without permits, without any kind of he never has to pay a cost for anything ever.
Yeah.
And this is a perfect example of it. And by just being part of that circle of his, they get to do the same thing as companies.
Yeah.
They have no recourse. There's no ever a consequence for every bad thing they're doing ever.
Yeah. And that needs to change. And unfortunately, it's going to be we the people that force that change, and that we'll have to pivot a bit as we figure that out. But this is one way we do it.
Yeah. Yeah. And I guess that leads us back to we haven't even talked about the No Kings protest, right?
Mm-hmm.
How long it's been.
Bravo, America. Bravo. And I'm so proud of Indiana. Let me tell you, I'm going to brag a little bit. So Hoosier Bitches Get Stuff Done, I took on because I didn't realize how much support we actually have in the activism world and how much other like Indivisible, Central Indiana, Mad Voters. We have a lot of other organizations that were bigger and had better infrastructure. So I just kind of tag along with them for the most part, unless there's something unique that I think we need to do. So I went to Monroe for Bloomington's protest, but somebody else, a woman in her 70s, who's a Democrat in Johnson County, part of the party structure, organized her own No Kings protest here in Johnson County in Franklin. Over 200 people showed up. I had nothing to do with it.
That's phenomenal.
I forgot to advertise it. I didn't know about it till last minute. And I was so busy. People fucking showed up.
That's amazing.
It is. It is.
It's 100% everything Bitches does. Bitches Get Stuff Done says you have to build the community that you're at. You have to act locally. It's great if you live in Maryland, Virginia, DC, you can do federal stuff, but the local community is what you really have to start putting together if you want to create change.
Yeah. And Indivisible saying that too. These smaller, if you have to drive more than an hour to get to one, do your own.
Yes.
And that's what's happening. So bravo, Indiana, bravo, America. We broke records. And that doesn't even include people who showed up with Democratic agencies because they're only doing nonpartisan affiliation. So
gotcha.
Probably significantly more than 7 million.
And you know, it wasn't even just the United States.
Yeah.
They were having No Kings protests where they have kings.
Well, they called it No Tyrants.
Yeah, I think you're right.
I think is what they did in Britain or UK, the UK. But fine, okay.
Whatever.
Okay.
We all get it. We all get it.
Do it. We're good. We're good with this. Please help. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
I mean, it doesn't help them that they're, you know, one of the princes had to just step down from his royal duties because he's a child molester.
But this is why we're doing this, to hold people like that in power accountable. We are done. We're done. We're done.
Trump will never be held accountable for Epstein. Never. Yeah. I'm 100% confident of it. Here's why. I was just looking at my copy of the Mueller report just yesterday, and it's very thick. It's like 400 pages, and it's at least 40% completely blacked out. And I remember thinking, oh, wait till that Mueller report comes out. He's going to get it. They're going to prove that he was in bed with Russia. They're going to prove that the whole thing was set up and cheated. Yeah, of course they prove that. But you don't have any names or any details. And because the Republicans are so much better at spin than the Democrats, there are people that really believe that Russia was fake. But it wasn't. It's all in the Mueller report, but none of the details are because they're all blacked out. It'd be the exact same if we ever got our hands on the Epstein files. And then they would just come out and say, well, see, it was all fake to begin with because it's all blacked out. There's nothing in here that puts Trump in here.
This makes me want to.
You just cut out. I have no idea what you want to do.
It makes me want to vomit.
Oh, vomit. Okay. All I saw was your head go back like.
For some reason, when I screamed, it like messed up with my microphone. That's how angry. It just pisses me the fuck off.
Yeah. Yeah. But you were going to say you think that he will be held accountable for Epstein?
Yeah,
hope springs eternal.
I have to believe that.
I want to think that, but look at how many times we've said, okay, Mueller's going to do it. God damn it. Mueller's going to do it. Or nope, this time him having a insurrection is going to do it. He's done it.
I don't think it will be timely. I don't necessarily think it's going to be during his term or when we need it to, which we've already needed it to, but I don't know. All of these things are happening as a distraction from the Epstein list because that is how corrupt this thing is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The Epstein files, though, I guarantee you, it's thousands and thousands and thousands of pages. It'll all be just like the Mueller report where you can buy a printed copy and it's all going to be blacked out. Now, I'm going to create content on this because I'm so we
got to get that trending. Yeah. We got to get that trending. We got to change this nonsense.
Feel good. Yay, feel good. But back to the No Kings, though. The No Kings was amazing.
It was amazing.
Amazing. I went to Waterloo, Iowa, which is not a big town. It is it's a small town. I would consider it a small town because I would consider Des Moines a medium-sized town, but it's the largest that we have. So Waterloo's not huge, but we still had 3,500 people show up.
So that's amazing. That's amazing.
Phenomenal. Phenomenal.
Wilmington had 1,400 or so people, I think. So it was good.
Yeah. And of course, I was like a big speaker. So just to brag a little bit.
I was a speaker, but it was smaller.
Yeah, well, I like to tell people I'm 5'3", so I have to make myself larger so that people see and hear me. So that was my goal, and I think I accomplished it. I'm very proud of that speech.
I love it. Good.
Okay, so the last thing I have on my list of things to talk about is the Iowa Mink Farm, MINK, Mink Farm. And somebody broke into it a couple days ago. It's about 100 miles from Des Moines. It's in this place called Woodbine, Iowa. It's a very small town. I didn't know we had mink farms here,
Mhm.
but I do now because they released 2,000 minks from their tiny little metal cages into the wild. How you do that, I do not know.
I'm
But
here for it. My activism started in animal activism. Did you know that?
I didn't know that.
Yep.
No.
My very first, and I wouldn't have called this myself a feminist or an activist or an organizer back then because like those were bad words in Indiana. But in high school, I started a few clubs and I had a teacher, her name is Bridget Hales, who's a vegan. I didn't realize what vegan meant back then because I was not vegan. But we started I started a zine, a local zine, whatever you call it. We started the Literary Cafe, which is a creative writing group. And then we also started Animal Activists. And the very first thing we did was raise $5,000 for the Humane Society of Indianapolis. I was the
No
president of the
kidding.
Animal Activist Club. Yep.
Wow.
So that's
Now,
that's my activism started with animals.
so a quick question. Were you anywhere around Woodbine, Iowa a week ago?
I was not. And I will have GPS location tracking to prove that, but I am very proud of whomever did that. I hope one
Yeah.
day I get to meet you, just like wink at me a few times so I know it's you. I won't tell anyone.
Just do this whole eyeball thing. Like, I see
We
you. I
got
see
you.
you.
I got you.
Well, unfortunately for the minks, they do not thrive in the wild here in Iowa. So the 2,000 that were released, a lot of them have already been recaptured. And then the ones that were not recaptured, they probably won't live that long because, there are other predators that will take them out. But still, they got a taste of freedom for 5 seconds, maybe.
Yeah,
It's just so sad. I didn't even
so
know
sad.
that there was a market for minks, really.
Why are we still wearing animals like that?
I don't
Why
know.
are we doing that? It is suffering.
The only way I buy leather is if it's secondhand and somebody's already bought it
Same,
before me.
same. I will, and other vegans will get mad at me about this, but I feel like if I'm wearing secondhand leather, I feel like I'm honoring that animal's life and its sacrifice better than anyone else would because
Mhm.
I also don't eat animals. Um, so yeah.
Yeah, this is crazy, but our former mayor who just left office maybe 3 years ago, he was like a long-term mayor, like 20 years.
Mhm.
He and his family still own a mink shop here in Des Moines.
Oh,
And I don't even know, that's how they made all their money. I mean, like everybody knows them. Like the counties, they have all kinds of shit named after them. They have all kinds of money, and they made it all in the mink trade. So
mm,
I guess that maybe
I don't like that.
that's probably where the mink farm kind of came from. So they're probably
Yeah.
selling a lot to the counties.
Mm, I
But
don't
this
like
is
it.
considered, if you are an activist in preventing animal cruelty, just be aware that there is an act called the Federal Animal Enterprise Terrorism Act. So whoever released all these minks into the wild can actually be charged with terrorism.
I just, mm, I hate it.
And this, God, I did not know this until the news article either. Minks are grown on farms long enough to suffocate them with gas to preserve their pelts.
Great.
Isn't that horrible?
Cool. That's so nice.
And they also transmit COVID-19 and bird flu. So, fun facts. But to whomever let those minks have 5 seconds of freedom, I tip my hat.
Yeah, same. We should probably tag onto this before we take our next break, the next blackout. Um, I believe it's the entire week of Black Friday. I'm going to look this up really quickly. The Blackout Black Friday refers to a call for a boycott of large corporations on Black Friday in favor of supporting local and small businesses, but the movement, I believe there's a date for this and it includes multiple dates. I know I should have looked this up beforehand. No, it looks like it's maybe just Black Friday. Have you heard about that there's other dates?
I've heard
I think
nothing.
it's like the whole week or like going up through November 2nd or December 2nd. Yes. Okay, here we go. November 25th through November or through December 2nd is when the boycott is scheduled, and it's a mass economic blackout. So if you can, and this doesn't mean go and purchase a bunch of shit beforehand to spend the same amount of money from the same people, like try to pivot. We spend less for Christmas intentionally. We make things for Christmas. We buy from small businesses for Christmas. Etsy is a little controversial. I believe Amazon owns that now. Is that right?
They own what?
Amazon or someone big bought Etsy.
No, no shit.
I think so.
Why can't we have nice things?
Um, oh, maybe I might be wrong. Large investment firms like BlackRock Inc. and Vanguard Group are among the largest shareholders to Etsy. That's what it was. So Etsy, be careful. Just look who you're purchasing from. Try to buy it from things not on Etsy if you can find those same sellers. But yeah, November 25th through December 2nd, economic blackout. We just need to be smart about it this year and we need to make it hurt. We need to make it hurt for them if we are already going to be hurting.
Yeah, yeah. We'll be spending less on Christmas here because we can't afford to spend more on Christmas or even the amounts that we've spent in the past.
I've been trying to intentionally spend less with the kids, our stepchildren, even before I had my daughter, but especially since, because everything is more expensive now. So we'll just extend that.
Yeah. Good.
Go
Well,
get people gift certificates to small women-owned businesses for massages or facials or manicures and pedicures so that we get some self-care out of it. Maybe do like purchase gift certificates for local yoga studios or local gyms so people can do that kind of self-care. Thriftbooks.com, excellent B Corp company. You can get secondhand books. I often buy secondhand books for birthday parties for my daughter's friends. They probably don't like it, but I don't give a fuck. But it's, it's repurposing, it's more sustainable, and you're supporting for benefit corporations. Conscious capitalism is what that's called.
I got a gift certificate because I dressed up as Kim Reynolds for the dunk tank to a place called The Collective, and it's a
Ooh,
really cool little shop. It's locally owned, and they sell soap products by bulk. So you bring in your
nice.
own container that you're recycled from a previous time that you've used that soap, like dish soap or laundry soap or body soap, and they fill it. And then depending on how big it is, like 18 ounces or 27 ounces, whatever, that's how much it costs.
That's so cool.
Yes, so I haven't used that gift certificate yet, but I need to. Now you're reminding me I have a gift certificate.
Yeah, well, I'm a small business owner. So I do facials and massages, but there's a woman who's running for Congress in the 8th district in Indiana. Her name is Mary Allen. She's also a female veteran small business owner, and she does resainable, like refillable things too. So if you happen to be in that part of the state of Indiana, Warwick County is one of them. So I think that's southwestern Indiana. I know I should know this, but I forgot. Somewhere down there.
Somewhere down there. Somewhere they have a really cool place.
Yeah, go and support them.
Okay. Last commercial break.
Last commercial break.
Okay, Blythe, what do you got going on locally here soon?
Oh, locally, another fucking hot mess. So we have been on there. I'm gonna minimize this so you might see me disappear, but I want to make sure I'm not lying about this. Locally, we have been the topic of conversation for Donald Trump and JD Vance. JD Vance has visited us twice now to try to get us to redistrict. The news has been saying that the Senate pro tem and they don't have the votes, right? They don't have the votes. We don't have the votes. And people are like, yeah, we're not going to do it. And then we're like, no, they're going to do it on Organization Day, which is November 18th. And they're like, no, they're not going to do it. This is good. I'm like, no, you motherfuckers. These people are lying to us. They're just buying time. It has come to light now that they are going to be having a special session. It is likely to be this week and tomorrow, Monday, October 27th from 5 to 6:30 p.m. at the at 104 North Capitol Avenue. Mad Voters is putting together a protest. I'm going to do a thing on it. I'm sorry, ACLU is involved in this too. I'm going to do a thing, some content on it. I'm hoping this makes it out before then. But it is on Mobilize. So look that up. I will share that link. I put it in my Rural Summit link and a few other places so far. But please plan to try to support that in some capacity if you happen to be in Indiana or around. If you see someone live streaming from there, watch it, share it with people. We aren't the only state they're probably going to go after. They're going to do this more. They know they are in trouble next year for the elections. They know they are in trouble. They, as in the Republicans. So
It's a big deal.
it's a big deal.
They know they can't win on their own. They know that they're very unpopular. These projects that they're putting in place to hurt people are extremely unpopular. So the only way they can win is to cheat.
Yeah.
It's that simple.
I will send you the link to this. So that if it gets on there in time, it'll go in hopefully the show notes.
And
That requires us both to do something.
Just so people know, like, context, when a governor calls a special session, they don't call that thinking, oh, we might be able to pass this. It's already played out. They already
Even if
have
it's
the
not
votes.
voted on unanimously, or if they don't get enough votes, Mike Braun is so far up Trump's ass that Mike Braun's hair is coming out of Trump's nose. He's going to do it without the fucking votes. We know this. That is what Trump does. He will do the same thing. I don't give a fuck if it's illegal. The Indiana Constitution says it's illegal. We know this. It is a fact. The AG knows it. They're going to do it anyway. They hate us. When I say that the Indiana Republicans hate us, the elected officials, I mean they fucking hate us.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's not different from Iowa. They hate us too.
Yeah.
They literally hate us.
They have turned into a terrorist organization and they're calling it the Republican Party.
Yeah. Absolutely agree. It's all about money and power. That's it.
It is all about money and power. And I know there are some enlightened Republicans who do not agree with this. I hear you. I see you. I get it. But much like the Democrats need to grow a fucking spine and stop doing the same shit, y'all need to do the same thing too.
Yep. Agreed.
So I'm gonna step off that soapbox. Sorry.
No, well, that's what's going on.
I'm so glad I get to talk to you. I've really missed this. Like, I've never met you in person, but like, I like our time together so much.
I tell people when they ask about the podcast, I'm like, well, it's kind of like our like personal therapy session.
It is.
We just talk about current events and how fucked up shit is, and it helps me work through these emotions that are caused by this terrible time in history.
Well, but I think it's pretty collaborative. I feel like it's also a good time for us to be like, oh, we could try this. Oh, did you know that this is how, like, there's so much going on that I think it is very productive as well as therapeutic.
Yeah.
At least it is for me. I'm getting something out of it.
Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. It puts a stick up my butt and says, oh, I gotta get on the stick for this. No, stick up my butt is not something I've ever used as a phrase before, so that's brand new. He is already productive.
Well, and also I keep seeing your shirt that says ambitious woman, you're Caitlin Dre. And I was like, oh my God, I'm going to make something similar, but for me.
Yeah.
I mean, she won. She won, but also as horrible as all this is, I continue to be inspired by Hoosiers. Like Indiana's really, they are fighting hard. They're doing a lot of good things. We have a lot of really amazing women doing some really amazing things. Even if they disagree with my way of going about it, they're still doing some great shit. So.
Well, speaking of Caitlin Dre, she is the one that just won the Iowa Senate seat up in Sioux City, flipped a seat. We do have another special election coming up too. So one of our wonderful, fantastic, hardest working senators died.
Another one? Because didn't she replace a dead senator?
Yes.
Fuck!
Yeah. They keep dying. And some of them, dude, we have senators and House members in the Iowa House and Senate right now who have brain cancer. Like, they will not step down. They have, because Iowa has the fastest growing cancer rate in the nation because of our ag and all the shit we're putting into our groundwater.
Literal shit.
So some of these guys have brain cancer, which is called, studies show these kinds of cancers are caused by the pollution. Yeah. But this guy won't step down. They will wait until they die. And then they'll have a special election.
It's not good for anyone.
Our illustrious governor, Kim Reynolds, set the special election date for December 30th.
That's right. You told me that.
Yes, so we do have our candidate. She is currently on the West Des Moines City Council. Very passionate Black lady. We would have another Black senator. I'm not sure if we have any Black senators, women senators in the Iowa House right now.
What's her name?
Oh, shoot. I don't remember. No,
I want to make sure I remember to follow her.
yeah, I haven't even looked up her socials. It's that new. They
Okay.
just selected her on Thursday. So,
Okay. I assume you'll do some content on that at some
oh,
point. Okay.
100%.
Make sure
Absolutely.
anyone listening to this, if you see that content go through, share the hell out of it.
Yeah, it's
It
important that we keep
helps.
that
It
seat.
helps. It helps. It helps so much, no matter where you are in the world. I promise you it helps.
Yeah, it does. People are like, what can I do to help? You know what? Like, share, and comment on people's posts. It makes way more difference than you can possibly imagine.
You know what else I do? And I know I annoy some friends with it, and I've lost some Facebook friends with it, but I go to my Facebook to their pages and invite all of my friends. I do it twice because it only invites 1,000 at once. So if you have over 1,000, you have to go back and a few days later and do it again. But that helps too. Even if they don't accept the invite, recommending that page helps so much. It helps so much.
So you're inviting them to what? Like your page?
To like the candidate pages.
Oh,
Or
that's a
the
good idea.
Democratic Party pages. That's one of the ways I'm using my campaign to try to organically increase our reach as Democrats. I invite people to every county party that I go to their Facebook pages, but I also do it for other candidates. So that helps, like, because if you and I like something, it will tell our mutuals, Blythe or Heather follow this page, recommended it to them. It's just an organic way to kind of trick the algorithm for liberals.
I did not know that. See, this is productive.
It is
I had
productive. Yeah,
no
it's
idea.
consuming. And I started a statewide document. Shout out to my friend Macy, who I've never met. But she's a Hoosier bitch who gets stuff done. We started a Google document of all of the county parties in Indiana, the district. Oh, it looks like I don't have it pulled up here, but all the congressional district party pages, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, any handles that they have. We started a statewide Google document so everyone can go and follow them. I still need to do content on it. I'm behind on that too.
Yeah, it's nonstop.
It is nonstop.
I think the most content I've ever done in my life, I do now. But it's just overwhelming. Just getting dressed up in my different costumes is a lot.
I know.
You wouldn't think it would be,
It is,
but
well, because it takes a lot of, you have to get things together. Someone told me I should be, my friend Michelle, she's like, you should be, oh my God, your twat. Who's the twat?
oh, Christy, no,
Christy Noem for Halloween. I was like, that's a great idea, but
it's a lot.
when am
Getting
I gonna
Christy
find
Noem's
the stuff?
face on is a lot. Just and I had to shop just for the outfit.
Yeah.
And then the shirt or the hat I had to make. I got the hat from a secondhand store, and then I had to go get the little crafty things to glue on them. So yeah, the hat says twat. It's hilarious. People are like, I want to buy a hat like that. Well, you're gonna have to go to the thrift store and get you a hat then.
I love it so much. Well, you have Act Blue for Bitches Get Stuff Done.
I do.
You can create merch links through Act Blue. That's print on demand from union printers. You might be able to make hats like that. I don't know how
I'm
to do
writing
it,
it
but
down.
I know I can probably find someone to tell you how to do it.
Huh. I will look that up. I had not thought about that. Yeah, it's a good idea. I'll look it up. But yeah, putting her face on, putting the wig on, putting the whole costume together was a lot. But it is one of my favorite characters. I've lost track of how many characters I have now.
I love it. I love it so much.
Oh my God, it pisses people off so bad. When you make fun of them as a politician, they're so thin-skinned. Oh my
Mhm.
God. Oh my God. I know from a very reputable source that when I did the local city councilman, Joe Gatto, that he lost his cookies, that he was instantaneously pissed. And those are the things that bring a bright spot to my life. Just thinking about how much these people get angry that I, the short, fat old lady, is making fun of
How
them.
dare you?
You know what's my favorite thing in the world is when people say, "You're not Christy Gnome. She's thinner than you." That's your entire comeback. That's
No, I'm not her.
oh my God. I'm not the person who killed animals, my own pets. Shut the front door. It's the most lame comeback ever.
Like,
Oh,
oh, thanks for stating the obvious, you fucker. It's
oh
called
my God.
satire.
When did I get fat? Did that just happen like last night when I was asleep? Because I didn't fucking know. The fuck, man? Come up with something more creative for fuck's sake. I do. I
They
come
don't
up
know
with creative
how.
shit.
They don't know how.
Lame as hell. Anyway, on that note, making fun of Republicans, very, very fun. I
So
highly
fun.
recommend it. And I don't think I have anything else on my list. Do you?
I don't think I do either. I'm sure I've forgotten stuff, but it is what it is. We got this done. That's all that matters.
Yes, thank God. We're going to start scheduling this now. So to contact us, text or leave a voicemail 515-442-0422. Or you can follow us and contact us on our website, bitchesgetstuffdone.org.
And I am Hoosier Bitches Get Stuff Done.org.
Yep, we are always accessible through those websites, at least somewhat. I don't look at my email as much as I should. So my apologies to anybody who's waiting for me to get back to them. I will eventually.
Yeah, me too.
I know. My intentions are good. Does that
I
count?
try, I promise. I need like 7 more days a week, 5 more hours in a day, and 6 assistants that work for free.
I'm gonna get I've got an assistant on standby. So once that goes full force, then dang it, I'm gonna catch up with the emails.
One
So
of
on that
these
note, guys,
things.
thank you so much for listening. Make sure to, if you have not already, like and share this podcast. It helps us get the word out and helps us grow.
Yep,
Very
and
much.
review it.
Yes, review. Thanks so much, guys. We will see you on Wednesday.
Yes, bye.